I'll give you a minute to come back and then we can chat. Jensen, how are we, sir? Right, let me fix this.
Yeah, good.
Is this the actual live video right now? Yeah, this is the one. So let me just get this back to the gentlemen's, so they can come in and chat bollocks to us like they do week in, week out.
I'll be with you for the start. Just doing some things, looking back at some things at the moment.
Yes, you do what you gotta do, sir. So, an unfortunate restart. Cody's is infamous now for their game glitches and bugs and bangs, and nothing ever seems to work very smoothly. And the first time of asking, it wouldn't be Cody's without problems. So, it will take a little minute. The guys will get back into the lobby of the race. The grid will be reformed. Top 10, of course, everybody was on the soft compound tyre, so they all must start on the soft compound tyre. And then we'll get back to what should be a better race. Good evening, young Mike. I know it's a pain in the restart, but I think it is the best call there. There was some very strange car positioning from people, and some people were like on top of each other, and tried to upload my clip, but it says it's too powerful. So, Robert, did you just take a video on your phone? I think you'll beat last anyway, Jamie, because that's where you qualified, because you should put it in grid order. Robert Kelly, yeah, you took it on your phone, so Discord's a bit of a buttocks, and it doesn't allow videos of a certain size. So the guys tend to upload the video to YouTube and do it that way, but if that's not to your suiting, we can speak to Adam, and if you're on Facebook, you can send Adam the video through Messenger, as there's no limits there, and then he can just take that as a shared report. If that works for you, sir. But we can sort that out, of course, when after the race. Just make sure you got the clip, which obviously you do now. So, happy days. I better go to spectator. I certainly do not want to drive. So, 14 guys, so many, but I think we had 19 in the lobby, so 5 to come, a few to come, and then we'll get back at it. Because I think we're set for what could be quite an exciting Brazil race, and of course, I don't think Adam will mind me announcing this as well. OTL. So, Robert, if you're stuck in the loading screen, the best thing to do, mate, is close your app, restart it, and then accept the invite. It should go straight in then. For some reason, if you need to leave a lobby because it's bugged, it completely breaks your game. And the only way to fix it is restart the game. So, yes, as I was saying, OTL next season. I think Adam has it penned in for a 20 race calendar. This will obviously be in the new year. But with 5 sprints, so 1 a month, I think that could be really exciting. 5-month season, 1 sprint per month. So, one night, instead of our normal 80-minute qualifying session, we'll load in and it will go to a high intensity 1-shot qualifying session. You need to lay it all on the line. Make sure everything is absolutely spot on. Then a 25% race. Points will be decided for what happens in the sprint race, but a 25% race, which will also be determining the 50% race that comes thereafter. So, one Monday night of the month, the format will be a 1-shot qualifying session, 25% race, 50% race. A little sprint format, getting up with the times of modern day Formula 1. Because of course, we're being provided with 6 next year in the new season of Formula 1. That was announced a couple of weeks back, so if that's the format they run, we like to try and stay close to it. And why not add it into the league racing as well? So, we're not the first to do it either. If Jensen and some of his cronies have used the sprint format before, and I think Jensen, from what he spoke about it, seemed pretty enjoyable. It's obviously a sprint race is going to suit your drivers like SPW. much, and the ones that are willing to get their elbows out a bit, the more subdued drivers will always score their big points on the 50 percenters, but a race that needs somebody just to knuckle in a bit and fight for positions, because it's also a qualifying, it's just going to add another dynamic. Yeah, Mikey, I agree, mate. For I don't know what was happening, mate, because there was all sorts of space, and then I think ghosted, and one car ended up on top of the other, and then you ended up round in the wall. So it was interesting to say the least. So I'm sure Adam will be forming the grid. I'm just going to take 1 second, chat. I will be back. Just like that, chat, I'm back. So, excuse the cough. Don't worry, it's not a lurgy. We wait on a grid. No, yeah, she's better. Stop flashing, Mataman, if you're watching that stream. Stop the timer, because if the grid's not ready. Alright, Dixie's flashing. I think it's go time. Okay, you can flash now. Flash away. That's my flash noise, right? Good evening, Ethan. Good qualifying. You keep your head down. Race pace here for you is usually really good, so don't get into too many aggressive fights. But more fights like you did with ENTXG could be very exciting to watch. So we are set to get back going. We'll load into the session. Everybody seems to be here, which is absolutely brilliant. And let's see what happens. And of course we've got ENTXG, Mikey, Rage, the 3 drivers fighting for that second spot in the championship. Absolutely there. Great qualifying from me. But Jamie, lap of the season by a mile. Easy. Of course we get ENTXG. F. Lewis is not actually that far away as well. He probably needs the guys in front of him to have a couple of mare races and him outscore them. If he can get a 10-point swing against them, that would be really good in his favour, and it would definitely bring him into the fold for the last few races. So don't even count out F. Lewis either. So the A4 drivers are all very close on the grid as well, so I think they will certainly be fireworks and some very good hard fought racing as the time goes on. So guys, please do not forget your setups if you're watching. If you are watching and you are racing, put that setup on the car and then get your strategy. Always do the setup first. You can fight your corner for the tyres being wrong if somebody readies up too early, but you have no hope in hell of racing a good race without a setup. That's just fact. So always do your setup first, please. Formation lap number 2. At this point we're starting to look a bit like Saudi Arabia. So let's hope no safety cars or VSCs. Let's just have a clean one, boys, because we certainly don't need any shenanigans we seen yesterday. And our FIA is better, so that's just a fact. Let's get some data on the screen. Track maps and that. Let's leave position change to start. Or let's actually first have a look at the tyres. So a little change, Jensen. Drivers choosing medium tyres outside the top 10. I don't think they done that the last time. I think... was there? Or did I just miss that? Am I that stupid?
Oh,
I thought everybody was on the softs. What's wrong?
I knew a few of them were the mediums.
Oh, maybe I just didn't notice it. I think it was just me being stupid.
I think they're right. I think they're right. It's just a few up the field aren't there anymore. I don't know if I'm right or not, but
Fingers P10.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, 'cause I'm pretty sure he started P12. No, P11 or P12. The last one, so he's on the right tyre.
Ah, right, that's fine. So, Walker filters them through. A quick run through. Walker and Mike on row 1, Rage, Mikey row 2, F. Lewis in ENTXJ row 3, Rob Wills in Dixie on row 4. Dixie probably having money is better qualifying in the season. Scarman Fingers on row 5, Matoman and SPW, the two teammates in Alpine on row 6, Pedro and Mitch on row 7, Jock and Nelly on row 8, and Jamie up there, rear gunner on row 9. So let's hope there's no desync. You have a good eye at everything getting off the line and see if it's all in sync, Jensen. And I'll keep an eye on what happens there at the front.
Let's hope it's better.
Everything looks better. So let's go to positions changed so we can see that round. So for the second time, we have 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and the Brazil Grand Prix is away, and it's a better start from Mike on the first phase, but again the second phase of Mike's start is a bit poor. Mikey now pokes the nose on the inside line, and what's happened? Where is Mr. Rage?
Mr. Rage dropped a 6. Oh, J-Intex really close to the wall there, very close to retiring. But he's managed to hold that one as they go into turn 4. Looking back around the field, it's looking quite alright at the moment.
Yeah,
BM Right's made up a couple.
Reasonable start. Jock and Nelly gain a few, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I was just going to say side by side, round the outside.
Wheel to wheel, but yeah, JNTX has made the position.
And this is what I was saying, it's ENTXJ, Mikey, Mr. Rage and F. Lewis, Jensen. These guys are all fighting for second place in the championship, and they're all with each other on track. And of course Rage, while doing that, needs to try and better F. Lewis, because that's the constructors fight. So lots of dynamics in play. F. Lewis now looking at Mikey, but deploy you, so Mikey will scamper away to the line, and now look to the inside at ENTXJ, down into one, and it's a big late breaking move from Mikey. That'll pull him wide. ENTXJ tried to look for the outside line, not quite there this time around. Mikey leaves the space in the inside line. G and ENTXJ will come back on the inside now, and it's a drag race down to turn 4. Is he going to be later on the break? So we're going to see a Lewis Hamilton Max Verstappen moment. Oh, it does get very squirmy. Mikey squeezed out a little bit, and now he'll lose out to F. Lewis. Would Mikey say there I was pushed out a little bit wide? I think that was just hard racing, in my opinion. And now ENTXJ leads away from F. Lewis and Mikey in P5. Good bit of racing there. Rob Wills and Skarma come wheel to wheel just behind this train as well. And Mike and Walker are absolutely in a class of their own at the moment, absolutely scampering off, 3 seconds up the road. So it's a clean fight for first and second, and an absolute cataclysmic fight. Look at the queue behind ENTXJ, all the way to P15, still in the train. F. Lewis now on the outside. ENTXJ will deploy and defend the inside line.
Here they go. And they go with a little bit of contact, and Mr. Reed's going to take advantage of that. He's going to run the outside of F. Lewis. Is F. Lewis going to heat there? He is not. And Mikey's on the outside of him as well. F. Lewis got to look for his outside line through turn 4. They're going wheel to wheel.
That's some great racing there. Yeah. I think that'll be forever remembered.
Yeah. But look at Jamie, he's going up the field. And SPW's trying to keep the position here. He's on the mediums to make a little bit of contact. He opens the steering, SPW there. That's a bit naughty there. He might have picked up damage doing that. Hopefully he hasn't. He's going to send it back up the inside. That's a bit dirty. I'm afraid that's not good at all from SPW.
Oh, and then Jamie Wright came back on track there and pushed Dixie off track as well, so yeah, that's an interesting one.
So that's a bit bit too aggressive from SVW, but it's making it interesting when it's halting Jamie a little bit. But it's not stopping him from coming back as he goes right at the inside.
Oh,
SPW,
that is a big move.
SPW, he's going to do a Verstappen.
Oh, no. Now,
Jamie
credit where credit is due. SPW did give the
two.
space and he comes back. What is happening?
Oh, and look at the AlphaTauri, look at the McLaren as well. The McLaren of Nelly trying to go on the outside. He gets the space given there, but Jamie and SPW.
I mean, Jamie must have made one of the dive bombs of the season there.
He actually made that stick very nicely as well. That was brilliant. On two drivers there, he is not happy with SPW. He's going to go at the inside here, surely. Nope, he's going to have a look. And SPW holding his ground here. These two must be a bit angry at each other at the moment.
I think Jamie will scanter through this time though, because no DRS for SPW. I think he'll be a bit vulnerable here, although Jamie has absolutely spent the energy, so SPW will have a bit of a defence tactic, although he is out of deploy for the line, although he'll get some back. Defence inside line. Can Jamie run it all the way around the outside? He knew SPW was going to close that line off, so he'll go for the better drive. Out of two, round three, he'll come on the cutback. SPW again, no DRS. So here comes Jamie, puts the car in the middle of the road. Oh, I think not much on that, and Jamie will go round the outside. Now SPW will get
a little bit of contact there. They're bumping each other here. Again, and they're going wheel to wheel up here. Surely SPW's going to close the door. No, he isn't. He's going to leave the space. They do leave space. Can you believe that? And they go side by side into the next corner. Is SPW going to come back? Yes, he is going to make even more contact. But they're going to go side by side again. SPW surely going to send out the inside. Yes, he is.
Oh, Jamie's read them like a book. The cutback, he's read them like a book. He's seen it coming and he gets back through. But of course now, SPW has the DRS.
Yeah. Yeah, SPW can just send it up the inside. He's got...
Oh, and wait, Mike and Walker, we're too busy watching Mike and Walker now side by side. We're missing an epic battle up front because there's too much happening sitting back, further back. I think Mike now is going to come on Walker. He's going to switch to that inside line. Yeah. Oh, big switcheroo, and through he goes.
Yeah,
so let's go back to Jamie Enright and SPW. They're side by side coming out of three. What's happened here?
They've lost
SPW now DRS.
Doing this. They've really lost out, and Jamie.
Oh, look at Nelly! Look at Nelly!
There's been a contact as well behind between Jog and Adam. But
Nelly's overspeeding the inside line. That was crazy.
Yeah, SPW.
Look at this queue of drivers. This is insane.
They have got some history. These two.
Oh, Jamie spun the car!
Oh no! He is.
I'm sure he'll be back though. I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah,
he'll be back in that queue.
Yeah, this time he is not fighting anyone. Do you see how much they've lost during that battle? It's 5 seconds the gap between the two Alpines. And yeah, 5 seconds in a few laps isn't great. Even on the medium tyres. The medium tyres should be contesting the softs right now. As soft starts to overheat. But here comes Nelly. Is he going to get close enough for a move? He gets.
Well, I'm going to jump in on you because F. Lewis here is right on the back of ENTXJ, and with the DRS, I think he's going to get through. And ENTXJ could be vulnerable from Mikey. He's not, though. He's going to pull back in and shut the door. Oh, let's go. Where is Nelly? Let's go back to this. There's battles everywhere. Oh, look at that. The view from the diffuser. That was beautiful. Round the outside.
Yeah, Nelly's through. And they go side by side almost again, but Nelly's through and past SPW, and SPW's lost the back end of the car. Big save from him, fair play there. And here comes Adam. These two are gonna have a bit of fun. There's Adam right in the back. He's got a massive advantage on energy, and SPW's slowly surely the gap is dropping out of DRS as they go through turn 12. Can Adam get a shot?
I think there's going to be something coming here as well. GNTXJ and Mikey having a big push here. Send down the inside. Oh, late in the brakes for ENTXJ there. I think F. Lewis is a bit of a sitting duck here.
Here comes SPW. Nope, that's
Although F. Lewis has good bit of energy to defend. ENTX
he's going on the outside, he always hits the barrier, they both hit each other! Oh, that's a very interesting one. Did F. Lewis close in too late? And James X, he backs off the track. Does he feel that he was responsible for that? That's a very interesting crash. I don't know who will be at fault in that one, but
drama everywhere in Brazil. What is happening?
It's Brazil, isn't it?
Yes.
And look at the two leaders. They're just comfortably on a. They've got maximum energy.
Oh, and I think ENTXJ has damage now as well. Or does
Here comes Mike. Is Mike going to go for a move on Walker? He's going to sit behind. This has been his strategy.
And look, they're both absolutely even in energy, so the pace is very similar here.
But is he going to go for a move this time? I think he's got to. He's too close really to hang about in the DRS, and Walker is just going to let him go. And they're going to swap right around again. And I think they're going to get their elbows out later on, but Mitch is out of the session, and that's a crash.
Could this be a safety car?
Going up.
Very high speed part of the track.
Yeah, oh, he's hit right in the side of the wall where Alonso and I think Mark Webber crashed so many years ago.
No safety car. Interesting
no safety
stuff.
car there. That is very interesting one there.
So let's go further back. Matoman now closing in Rob Wills. Matoman up 5 positions, so he's had a really good run on the opening phases of the race.
Walker's got to be careful, he's one warning away from a penalty.
Here comes Rob Wills now on Mikey.
Comfortably got all of it, and yeah. This is going to be interesting, not using energy, just pure DRS here.
Look how powerful it is, that's crazy.
And is Mikey going to hold the inside? He is not. Rob Wills is through, but it's the second detection zone. Can Mikey get him back here? Is he going to push to get him back? He's going to use the energy. So is Rob Wills defending as they go at it into turn 4. They go wheel to wheel, Rob Wills. And Mikey, he really breaks late and he manages to out-corner Rob Wills there to take the position.
Dixie and SPW now having a bit of a fight. Dixie all over the back of SPW.
Yeah, Nelly hasn't actually got away much to SPW.
And we've got Jock and Pedro as well. They're all kind of sitting there.
Around.
I think SPW maybe absolutely cooked his tyres fighting with Jamie.
He's on the ult strat, isn't it? Pedro. Unless he goes for hards for the race, but I'm sure he was going for that ultimate strategy. But there goes Mike and Walker again.
So I wonder if Rob Wills needs to get smart here and do not pass Mikey into 1. Just stay behind. Try and pass him down into 4. And then put distance between him and yourself in the middle sector to try and bake the DRS and then drive away. I think that's a smart play. This looks like now what he's eyeing up. So he's going to tuck him behind, pull to the racing line, get the job done down into 4, as said, although Mikey is going to leave the car on the inside there and try to put up a stern bit of defence. But Rob Wills manages to go through. Now, can he put distance in the middle sector to break the DRS? Because if not, Mikey will just come back through it. He needs to try and push on now, although the soft tyres are probably not going to be at their best for pushing on. And Mr. Rage now within 1.6 of the leaders, Jensen. He was 3 seconds off them, so
he's really getting on with it, isn't he? And he isn't actually. He's actually saving a bit of energy as well. He ain't actually using much here. He is. I think you saw this last season from Mr. Rage. He had the pace to really compete with these guys. It was just about getting in that DRS, because when he got in the DRS, he just stuck to them, and without the penalties as well, that's where he came into such a rhythm last season to take that victory. And
Jock and Pedro doing a bit of fighting. Pedro trying to go down the inside, the Jock inside to outside. Not going to be this time around, but he'll use some energy here, I'm sure, DRS. And I think he'll have Jock as a bit of a sitting duck. Through he goes, up to P11 now, and the medium tyres starting to come into the game.
Yeah, good move from Pedro there.
Yep.
He turns much to the racing lines, protecting that outside. Can he get into the range of Adam before the end of the race? No, not before the end of the race, before the end of the lap. Because if he does, if he does, he gets out of that jock danger zone. As Adam is fighting himself to keep within the DRS range of SPW. As they're both really close, Pedro needs the exit here. Adam might have not got the exit. Is Pedro going to get it? He is not, but he's broke the DRS to Jock. In doing so, that middle sector, he's actually got really good pace, Pedro, at the moment, in this middle stint of the race. And there goes Mike and Walker again, and they both swap around places once again.
So, when do you think we'll see a pit stop coming up, Jensen, in the next few laps?
Yeah, next few laps, easily.
Now, Mr. Rage has got a choice here. If you were sitting that close to your teammate, Jensen, would you pull the undercut? Would you go for the 1 lap early and go for track position?
To be honest, if you get the undercut right, and if you get the undercut right and get a gap, then I think it might be the right call, but I don't know if the undercut is the right call at the moment, because they might end up sitting in traffic.
Yeah, that's what I'm just going to check. Let's see the leader gap. Oh yeah, so you're going to come out behind Pedro still. Oh, that is not good news for the leaders.
They need to get a few more seconds to be 100% sure. And there goes Walker, he's going through again as they swap places again. Does Mike defend this one? Mike is defending this one. So they're now fighting, they ain't just racing for themselves, they are racing for themselves, but they are, this time, getting the elbows out as they go through the middle sector. Walker goes a little bit deep there, but he's trying to look for an outside line, I think. So
and now Rage really in the DRS.
Yeah, Mr. Rage he's got massive energy. He's got 20% more than Mike. He's got the pace over his teammate now, I think. Where Mike is starting to struggle, Mr. Rage is starting to come into the zone, and
he's looking
he's
really
get a run
happy.
Here. Oh no, he's going to stay behind, but I think Mr. Rage is the fastest car on track.
Yeah, I definitely think he's in a nice sweet spot.
And he's got the DRS to his advantage as well. Mike must be really struggling with overheating on the end of the lap. It's such a tricky one, isn't it?
Or are we seeing here some team tactics, Jensen, for the constructors title? Is Mike putting Walker into Rage's pocket?
Oh no, that's Adam in a spin. And did he pick up damage? Hopefully he's just about avoided the barrier. I think he has, but he is now 10 seconds off. He's lost 10 seconds from that. That's not going to do well for his race, as he could have been on for potentially somewhere top 8. But he's got some work to do now to try and get back there.
Who's that over to ENTXJ and Jock, having a little bit of a tussle. Jock. ENTXJ went to the hard compound tyre, so that's an interesting strategy call, as did F. Lewis. Walker boxes. So he's called the pin first, he's in. He will bolt on a set of mediums now and carry them to the end of the race, no problem. As we see the guys in the start, they've done 14 laps on the tyres, so it's not going to be an issue. I don't understand how we're saying 14 laps when we're on lap 16, but there you go. Jensen, can I leave the stream in capable hands for yourself for just a minute?
That is okay.
I will stay on broadcast cam with Mikey for now.
Alright. As we'll be on with Mikey, let's talk about this battle. Mikey and Mataman at the moment. Mataman's got a penalty, he's got 2 penalties at the moment, which is the second most other than Jock, who's got 14 to his name currently. as they go through here, Mataman just about trying to keep with him. But he's got a full bar of energy compared to Mikey, who's got about 20% less at the moment. And Walker, with that pit stop from Walker, he is really won out here. He has not actually lost out any time at all, and he's going to get DRS and Skarma as well. And as Skarma pits, that's just giving him time here. Walker might get the successful undercut in this business, and Mikey and Mataman, they pit. Mataman has jumped Mikey, I think. No, he hasn't. That just looked to me as Mataman doesn't have, but no,
So I see
Mikey.
the pit stops have been triggered.
Walker has come out in the clean air, and he got DRS there. He is on the pace. I'd watch out for him, because he could get a massive undercut on the leaders. And if he has the pace to run his own race, he could really benefit from this.
Oh yeah, because as it stands, I think Jensen, he's going to be 3 seconds up the road.
Look at Rage as well. Rage is passed on his teammate. Mike is out of DRS as well. And there's the yellow flag, and that is Jamie Enright, I think.
So Mike will box.
Oh. And they go wheel to wheel with green fingers. And Skarma's right there as well. They're all going at it here at the back, and there goes Jamie around the outside. Can he hold on there? They're both going wheel to wheel. Good levels of respect between them two. And Jamie's got through, and here comes Skarma, and Jamie had to slow down. He might have got an illegal overtake. He might have to slow down, and Skarma's got both of them doing that. What a move from Skarma. He absolutely timed that brilliantly. He's not going to have DRS here. He's got to watch out behind, because they're going to be fighting here.
And look at that, Mike out the pits. Look how far Walker's ahead. And who's this? SPW Gaming. Oh, SPW, the small look at him. Of course, he's on that opposing strategy.
Mr. Rage has been doing a fantastic race so far. He is right on the pace on the soft tyres. He's about, let's say, half a second. He was about half a second quicker plus than his teammate on the soft tyre. Is he going to pit this lap? Lap 18, very, very late. And yes, he is. He is going to come into the pits. And is he going to jump his teammate, or is he going to come up behind once again in this battle? But at the moment, Mike has got some work to do.
And Walker's going to get DRS for good measure as well, and an overtake on Nelly,
yes.
so
It's going to be a very easy one.
I think Walker's going to be way ahead of Rage as well.
That's Jamie Enright out. He's in the wall in the middle sector. It's a safety car.
Oh, the safety car's out.
Oh, and is the safety car going to beat Walker and Nelly? I don't think it is. But I'll tell you what, has Mr. Rage timed this right? There's Mike. I think Mike's slowing down for Mr. Rage.
But Mr. Rage is stuck behind the safety car in the pits. He's stuck behind the safety. He couldn't get out of the pits because the safety car was there. Rage was trying to get the foot down, and the safety car was bumbling through the corners in the pit exit, and Rage just couldn't get going.
Yeah. I wonder if the leaders are going to pit again for the soft tyres. This could be... The soft tyres can go to the end, remember that. And 15 laps of racing. So,
oh yeah.
all to play for. Strategies are still... The strategies are at best in this part of the race, because it can go either way. And Pedro, alternate strategy run, he's on the softs.
Oh yes, and
to the end of the race.
He stays in P9 as well.
Yeah.
So that is huge for Pedro. How much gains can he make on his soft compound? No penalties as well, so he's guaranteed a top 7. He can stay with the pack. So they do box. Mr. Rage doesn't box. Nelly boxes, goes to softs. Mike's in the pits. Also going to a soft compound tyre, so it has triggered something. Matoman now up to P2 on his medium. He's going to stay out.
As he's... Have Mr. Rage and Matoman pulled
Pedro though.
A bluff here.
Pedro going to get some free positions.
Oh, he might.
Pedro needs to push.
I think he's only get past Mike.
You get Mike,
Mikey's going to push out the pits, but he's not going to be enough. Pedro has jumped Mikey, who was running net P4 before the pit stops. So that is a huge gain for him. SPW a massive gainer also with his alternate strategy.
And I wonder
I think the biggest
if SPW being to P7 is what's triggered the likes of Walker, Nelly. Well, Nelly of course has gained massively.
And if you look as well, Nelly, yeah, I think the biggest gainer of them all there is Nelly, as he is now up to 4th on the alternate strategy from down P16 start, 2nd to last on the grid, and yeah, he's P4 now, the last season's champion. If you know,
I was going to say a glimmer of a champion's drive. Of course, how much can he push on and enrage, of course, in the restart? He's got Matoman in a slightly older medium as a bit of a gunner to try and pull away. Matoman just needs to focus on not getting swarmed early on the restart. And then it's going to be really tough. The first 8 or 9 laps are just going to be relentless pressure on the guys on the medium compound tyre. And then if they can stay in it beyond that 8 or 9 lap, 10 lap phase, the last 5 laps of the race could be very interesting. But I'm surprised Mr. Rage didn't take the opportunity to go back to a soft compound tyre, Jensen, because he's shown that he was probably the fastest driver on the softs. So why not take that?
So this safety car, it should come in this lap, I think, Chris. So we're going to get racing again, and with 15 laps to do on these soft tyres, they're going to be really dying right at the end of the race, these soft tyres. But
so Rage is going to go late.
They're going to have to really use the pace here. Walker's going to have to get the progress done quickly. He is getting close to being alongside Matterman here. He needs to get these positions fast if he wants to make any impact on this lead of the
And he's
race.
gone. Rage is away, and look at this restart from
Walker
Walker. Oh my god, he has absolutely nailed this. And I don't think Matoman's going to have it to defend on the inside line. Walker will send it.
They make a little bit of contact. Matterman is up the inside.
Oh, and Matoman's round.
Oh, I don't know.
That is an
Looking at
interesting
that
one,
looks-
but look at Mike and Nelly now, side by side. Mike going to try the outside line, Nelly will defend the inside.
go.
Does give the space, Mike has to go a little bit off track. Let Nelly
Yeah,
get his nose back in.
He's holding on alongside here. He's going to have to back off, otherwise it's an advantage gained. And he backs off now. And yeah, if he completed the move still, well, that would probably mean as legal if it was reported. But there's Jock. He's off the road. He's had a spin.
So some medium tyre guys getting some gains made. Oh, Pedro went back to the medium. So Pedro pit and went to the medium compound tyre. He maybe didn't feel the soft was the right call for him, but I think he should have stayed on that.
Yeah, he's in such a nice place. So P6 at this point. Mr. Rage, he's on a fantastic restart. He's got a second over Walker. And Nelly, 1.2 off. Let's see all. Let's see, plateau out a little bit.
It has thinned out quite
Yeah.
quickly. Skarma becoming the cork in the bottle for the train forming behind, and ENTXJ, Fingers, Robbers, Eflus, Dixie and Pedro. Matoman getting back onto that, so don't count Matoman out of this. If Matoman can recover deep into the top 10 here, he's done a very strong recovery.
Yeah, he's got 6 seconds though. That's his problem he's going to have to try and tackle.
Oh
in
yeah,
his
that's a good
recovery
point.
drive pace. But at the moment, Mike needs Nelly to work with him here to try and get close to Walker, and we're going to go on lap 24 on Walker. He's only 5 tenths behind the leader, Mr. Rage, and Mr. Rage, I think the best he can do is try and defend, because if he defends for long enough, those tyres will go off of Walker's, and that'll be it. But I think this is going to be an easy move for Walker as he sends it up the inside.
Oh!
They get really close, but he's got it done. And Walker into the lead of the race once again. Can he hold on to the end?
So Nelly
look
now
at
needs to
SPW.
push on.
SPW was right alongside Mikey at that point.
Oh,
he's hit
Mikey's
the
actually
grass.
got through. Mikey was behind SPW,
Yeah.
so Mikey has got through. And an exchange that we missed.
Mikey's put in some performances this season, is he? Of course, he lost out in Spa. He won in Zandvoort, making the right choice on the tyres. He usually gets the calls right here, and on these softs, can he catch up these guys to
It
potentially
is Mike
sneak
on
out of a
Nelly. Is there going to see a big send down into one? Nelly defends that inside line off. That'll compromise his entrance to one, and Mike's going to probably have the better run and pick up. I think Nelly's not going to have DRS here as well to defend it, so Mike will switch through. He'll go to the racing line. Not much Nelly can do there to defend. Absolutely blitz past. And Nelly look to just tuck in and carry on through behind. Mike on the move.
Yep, Mr. Rage, he's hanging on with Walker. Walker isn't getting away. Walker needs his middle sector, because in a couple of laps time, if he doesn't, then it might be game over for him with those tyres going off at the end. Can he
It's an
get it at
interesting
this
one,
point?
isn't it? We have really gave ourselves a dynamic to make it
This
a bit
might be it
unsure.
though. This might be it. It is almost a second. In fact, it is a second now, and there was a poor run through the final corner from Mr. Rage. Did
Oh, I
he
think
get
he's
it?
just
Oh,
got it back. I think he's just got it.
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did. Ah, he was so close, isn't he? From breaking away, but he's not. And Mr. Rage keeps with them for another lap. Can Walker try and get away again? And yeah, that DRS is not going to help
SPW
Walker's
going to have a come and have a go at Mikey. I don't think he's not got the energy really to push under the DRS. Let's look a bit further back. The two Aston Martin boys still having a stellar old fight here back in P9 and 10. And we've got a yellow flag. F. Lewis is retired from the session. This could be another safety car. And it
Seems
is.
to be a crash, yeah. That has that
Well.
done any favours for anyone there? Is there going to be any more pit stops?
Well, well, well. What would you do here, Jensen? If you got a new
Stay out.
soft, would
I'd
you
stay
take it?
out.
Just stay out.
You'll be losing way too much if you do pit.
The grid's too close, right? You've got to stay out. And now the soft guys probably get a nice bit of benefit.
Yeah,
Unlucky young
this
Ethan.
is not went into Mr. Rage's hands, and Walker faked the pit stop there, and didn't catch anyone out there.
Let's see from Ian TXJ back. Ian TXJ's going to go in.
SPW pits.
But he's got a big tube behind him, so as it stands at the moment, he's only going to lose out one position.
A lot of people pitting. This has really gone the way of all those who pitted.
So
These new
SPW
softs?
doesn't
Yes.
really lose out and comes out on a brand new soft tyre in P8. Oh wow. Interesting, interesting. Now that could be a good run for SPW to the podium. Interesting stuff for sure. I'm going to get the restroom quick, Jensen, bear with me. So, safety car is out, queue is formed, so this is probably going to be our last lap. I think we'll go in this lap round. Walker leads the way from Rage this time around. Rage, of course, on that major compound tyre. Matoman in P7. I think Matoman's in a bit of trouble in the restart here. He just needs to try and keep his head down. If he can hold on to that, it's been a stellar recovery. He's went for track position over a new tyre. So, safety car in this lap? Yes, it is. So Walker will take over the pace. Let the safety car scamper off. So, I think some guys maybe thought they were going here. So he's backing them right up to the line, and he is away, as Jensen says. I absolutely missed that one. So he scampers off.
Yeah.
Let's look further back here because there's a lot of side-by-side action as they head on down the hill. The two Alpine boys going side by side, and there we go. SPW already through. Somebody now looking at the outside line, and Matoman, it's ENTXG on that soft compound tyre that's brand new. And I thought Matoman could be a bit of a sitting duck. He's going to defend that inside line. ENTXG will give him space, but the superior grip on that outside line just allows him to drive round the outside. So let's watch now how much SPW can improve and how quickly, because I think this could be an interesting one. And he's already going to look at that outside line, and green fingers, and he gets the space. He's going to put it up the outside line, and through he goes. It was close, but he's through. SPW now up to P6.
Oh, man hits the back of Greenfinger. I think Greenfingers is ailing here. Maybe a bit. Oh, he turned in really early there. Oh, that was very, very interesting. And Greenfingers.
And look at this swarm of drivers. There's going to be a mess here, I think. Where is Dixie? He's really in the melee somewhere. They're going to try and go 3 wide, and Dixie says, you know what, I'll have an inside line into turn 1, 2. 3 wide into turn 1. It's Rockwell's Matman and Fingers. Matoman has to get out it, and Green Fingers prevails, and now Skarma looking at the outside line. Round outside the Dixie obviously gets a bit of squeeze on. Pedro as well sitting in the back, and it's all breaking loose for P on the grid. Matoman's got squeezed on it. Oh, no, there's big contact.
Oh no, Adam is out of the running. And oh, that was unfortunate there. It was going up, absolutely everything was happening, and Adam just...
Oh, Adam he just couldn't avoid it. That is super unfortunate. I'm amazed he's not retired the car there.
Has he got the gap? He might have just got the gap here. Can Mr. Rage hang on in the DRS gap? Oh, that's going to be close. And he hasn't. Well, it might not even be DRS, I think, at the moment.
Not quite yet.
Even if there was a DRS, there it is.
Look at SPW now, he's going to come through and make it even before the DRS on his fresh tyre. SPW P5.
SPW. Yeah, watch out for SPW. He is coming at these guys. He only has 4 places left to gain. He can do this. I believe that he could do this. It is absolutely brilliant recovery from SPW after that pit stop. Not really much of a recovery,
threatening as well.
But he needs to get through these guys, one guy per 1 lap at a time. If he does that, then he can see himself a chance of challenging the lead. Because 3 lap old tyres.
And look at Walker. Walker seems to be going a bit slowly.
Those 3 lap old tyres, they're going to be about 6 tenths quicker, plus, than everyone else's.
And
as they
now
go up the hill.
Mr. Rage
Yeah, look
is
at
going
this.
to
Is it
come
getting
for
really
one
close
and
between the
Walker.
leaders?
It's all going off Jensen. Mr. Rage
Mr. Rage
switches
goes up the
to the
inside.
inside. Mike
And then
now
goes
looking
Mike
at the
as well,
inside
is he
of
looking for
Walker.
it?
Oh, but Walker's going to
Oh,
set the
Nicola,
back round.
contact.
Oh, and he's been pushed out wide there. Mr. Rage will have to concede, and
Oh,
now
no.
SPW up to P4, and now SPW
Here
is
they
in the
go.
driving seat. He is right where he needs to be.
Mike on the
Mike now will
outside.
go through.
Are we going to see a bit of bumping here? A little bit. Oh, they got so close. No, Walker's out of the race. Oh no, they have touched, and that has happened. SPW's looking in a really good place for this race win. But if he can get through these guys, oh, that's a shame for Walker there. He absolute controlled that race. And
Mikey gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting, so I don't know quite what's happened there.
may have spun across the track.
So let's stay with SPW.
Mike.
He is the man in the driving seat at the moment.
SPW versus Mike. Here we go. Can SPW get anything done in these next few laps? Here comes Nelly, absolutely pushing it. He is going on the outside. Mike, is he going to defend this one? He's going to keep it nose up a little bit up the inside. SPW's right there. And here comes Mike. Is he going to challenge here? And could a collision between these two heads settle the race for SPW? He knows he's got a chance here, but Mike is just slotted back in front. And oh, this is going to be very
What a race that is unfolded under our eyes tonight, Jensen.
Yes, that's a shame for Walker and also
Oh,
for
Walker lost
Mr.
game
Rage
audio.
well.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Well,
Oh, I
it's
can
about
understand
6
maybe why
tenths.
things have played out the way they did then.
It's 6 tenths. Chris, here we go. SPW is pushing because he knows he's got a shot at getting past Mike in this. When they all have DRS, it might be 3 wide into
look
turn
at
1.
SPW.
SPW takes the inside line. He's gonna take the lead in the race if he goes late in the brakes. He's going to
He's
go
done
for
it,
it. He's
he
gonna
gets
force
it.
Nelly off wide, and he's gone and done it. SPW's taking the lead.
I think Nelly's
of
going to
the
come
Grand
back
Prix
though.
in a corner, and here comes SPW.
But Nelly's
Oh
back
my
through it,
God.
and Mike. Oh, Mike thought about it there. He thought about nicking it back up the inside. And now the thing is, SPW
energy.
spent the energy. Mike now looks like the driver in the driving seat. But Nelly, of course, has that penalty. So SPW just needs to stay in front of Mike, and he wins the race. What would have been a master stroke of a strategy call. So, SPW now will get the run in Nelly as we tick down to 2 laps to go.
Here we go. SPW's going to move. He's going to go for the outside, and that's a little bit of contact. Oh, what's happening here? Does he have to give back the position he had to? I think because he got the overtake off track. And do you know what? That's
Oh,
done
but
to
Nelly
Mike.
had a big moment there.
Yeah, and oh my God, this is it. SPW has to do the move now for any chance here. But Mike, he has got a massive advantage over SPW. Who's going to win this race? Now it's the top 2 without the penalties, leading this Grand Prix with 1 more attempt, was 2 more attempts left of this race, or actually 3 if it goes to the line. But here we go.
Let's just take everything
gonna
away
pull the car
and
first?
watch for the last couple of laps, I think.
If SPW does get ahead, I think it might be bagged for him because, of course, those tyres, they're in much better condition, and Mike, he is not using anything at the moment. Until now, he uses a little bit, but is it enough? Here comes SPW with his DRS. Is he going to go for a send down the inside of turn 1? He is not.
So
And
he's going to
gonna
line
have
him
wait
up, and
for
I
this
think
one.
go for it for
He
turn
gets
4.
an exit here, and Is he gonna have enough for the overtake into turn 4? Here he comes, Mike. He's letting off the throttle. Mike, I think he's waiting for the line. I want to get hit up the rear a little bit by Nelly there. Mike, is he going to play this right? Has he played this right? Has SPW played this right? Mike has to stay close to SPW, and at the moment, SPW is absolutely building a gap in the middle sector, 7.5 tenths. Mike is losing out here from that tactic. He should have stayed ahead. Really, it wasn't much of a DRS straight, and the ERS advantage he had would have managed to protect him. But as we go through that, and Mike and Nelly collided, and that is absolutely sealed it for SPW. He won the last race of the season last season, and absolutely blinding strategy call from SPW, winner of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And Mike takes P2.
Nelly falls off the podium
by 12
Pedro gets P5.
Seconds.
Pedro P5.
JNTX P6, Scarba P7, Mike Mataman P8, and the guys from the back would come home to finish the race. But wow, what an end to the race. SPW on top once again in OTL with probably the best strategy call you can make there, as he absolutely blitzed in the final lap.
What a race, Jensen. What a race.
Glad I did not miss that one. For sure.
That was,
yeah.
It gave us a bit of everything.
Crazy.
An absolute bit of everything. Wow.
And driver of the day, it's got to be one man, SPW.
And I think it's an easy call on our end as well. Maybe a shared one. I think Pedro definitely deserves a mention as well. Top 5
SPW
finish.
started from 12th on the grid as well, which, yeah, it's a well-deserved driver of the day there.
Oh yeah.
For him.
Biggest gainer of the session, bar Nelly.
But there is the results of the race. SPW winner of the Grand Prix, Mike P2. Rob Wills takes the podium by literally a hand width.
Yes, I will get the guys in for a little chitty chat for what was a race full of fireworks.
I'll let you talk to them.
Yes, no worries, sir. Let me just find them first, because I'm useless. Oh, you're quicker, Mr. PS5. So we see it. Nelly. Whoa, wait though. Why did Nelly fall behind Rob Wills? Because was Rob Wills ahead at the line?
Nelly had a penalty.
But so did Rob Wills.
Did he?
Oh my God, Rob Wills got it by 12/100ths of a second.
Did he get him on the line?
Yes.
Potentially.
I think he did. Plus 4.878 for Rob Wills and plus 4.890 for Nelly, so I think it was very much on the line. But our gentlemen, join us. We'll just start with our race winner on the master stroke of strategy. This strategy probably only works if everybody reacts behind you, and I think you triggered exactly what you wanted to trigger, SPW, to make that work. As soon as everybody boxed behind you, you must have felt you were in the driving seat to go win the race.
No.
Why?
I mean, why?
Don't be a funny man, we're live. Very well done, sir.
Well, I couldn't get past Mikey, so I tried to hit for another fresh set of solves, and managed to keep up with the 12 2 or 4.
Is that it?
You are an incredibly boring man.
I never want to hear SPW call anybody depressed ever again. I have never heard somebody so anticlimactic over a race win in all my life.
Well, it would have been 2 anyway.
Why?
Michael left the Paris.
Well, I mean, P2 then. Good job.
This is
Yeah, I'm
interesting.
just going to leave him. Good job, SPW. I don't want to talk to you anymore now. Go away.
You're boring,
Mike, P2.
Yes. I'll bring the energy.
A good first stint, and I think you and Walker were very even on the softs. If you wonder, just to give you some clarification of exactly what happened, Walker lost game audio, so I think he was just a bit bewildered by where everything was,
Oh.
and that's why he was struggling out of corners, no noise, can't hear the slip. And
Yeah.
I think that's what caused the incident, because he came on stream, it certainly didn't seem annoyed. I think it was just side by side, and you know what it's like, no audio, your awareness is just way off.
Yeah. Especially at a track like Brazil where tire times were very much through the roof.
Yeah, but that aside, I mean, it's a very entertaining race.
Yeah, well, obviously, stint one was all about. So me and Rage, obviously, constructors is still on. So stint one was more so about getting Rage back in DRS after whatever happened at the start. He fell back. So that's what I was kind of trying to manipulate the race in the sense that overtake Walker in places I could lose a few tenths, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
And then there was one time me and Walker, we actually started battling and that got Rage in, and that was good. But then obviously Walker undercutted, which was good, and then we got lucky kind of with the safety car, kind of just pulled us back in. Obviously I pitted, Rage stayed out, but I think Rage was very unlucky with whatever happened there. It was more so we were just going for the constructors points today, and it's another reason why, you know, if my championship wrapped up, I need to give back to the community. Steven obviously didn't want me around. I'm sure he wants me around now that he has a number one beside his name. Well, I gave you this one, don't lie. Come on, Steven, shake my hand.
That aside, don't make happy. I actually called that as well. I actually called. I said to Jensen in the middle of the race, I wonder if we're seeing some team tactics in play, and I wonder if Mike is actually trying to back Walker into Rage to play the team game in terms of constructors. So
yeah,
I did think there was maybe some tactics at play.
And then even on I think it was the last stint, I locked a bit quicker on Rage, but I knew Rage had good pace, and I knew his mediums would come good at the end. So I just kind of sat behind him and tried to defend from Nelly and try to get Nelly at certain stages, and it was just team game. You know, I don't have to be selfish at this stage in the season. It's more so just have a bit of fun, get the points, and hopefully win the constructors.
Yeah, and it gave Mike a good clout at the last corner as well in the very last lap.
Yeah, man, I was turning in, and then all of a sudden I was like in a half spin, and I was like, whoa!
But there was some really good on the line fighting tonight, and I think
definitely.
That's about it's the limit we like to see. What are you saying, SPW? Nobody wants to speak to people that makes everybody feel sad.
You didn't want to talk when you were being spoken to, so shush. And then obviously actually at the end I realised Rob was coming through on Nelly, so you know, me and Nelly, you know, I have to give Rob the slipstream, so
Push me off.
Well, I'm sure Chris will talk to you now.
Yes, but anyways, very well done, Mike. P2.
Thank you.
Good job. As you say, the championship is sealed, so playing the team game now just to bring that home. It's smart.
Sir.
Of course, F. Lewis and Pedro had a good chance to score some points today. F. Lewis losing out early and Pedro finishing in P5, so it would have made it very interesting. But Pedro does a bit to keep the fight alive.
The Lewis DNF means a lot for us, really. It kind of cuts us another race out of what we had to do.
Yep.
So it'll be very interesting from here.
But good job, mate. Very, very well done. And,
thank you.
I look forward to next week. Now, Rob, we were that engrossed in SPW bringing home that win that we failed to see. Did you get Nelly absolutely on the line?
Yeah, so we went into Junker with Mike, half hitting, both end up half spinning. I get a really good run out of it. I'm side by side with him as we DRS. He gets DRS. I pass him because he's run out of DRS. He was clipping before we got up the hill. He turns right, hits me, so I lose a bit of speed. But then he seems to lose a little bit more as he totally runs out of DRS, and I'd literally pass him as we hit the line.
Oh wow.
Beaten by 0.012 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
it was
shown
crazy
here.
on the right hand side of my screen. I was like, it was flicking, and then it just stopped, and Nelly was ahead, and then they were past the line, and Rob could jump ahead, and I was like, what?
So I mean, it was a bit of an up and down race for you, Rob. You get entailed in a big fight in the middle stint with your teammate. I think you were stuck there for a little while behind green fingers. Then of course safety cars happened, and it kind of brought you back into the frame. And I think you were one of the guys to go for that extra soft tyre at the end, which proved to be pretty useful.
Yeah, my own fault. First stint, I don't know how much you saw it, I was fighting with Matthew and Entex and F. Lewis. I boxed a lap early just to try and get the undercut, so I kind of thought I got a bit more pace at that point, but was stuck. And binned it coming out the pit lane.
Oh, we did not see that.
Yeah, as I released the pit limiter, I put my foot flat to the floor and it just spun around, so I knocked my wing off, and that's when I hit it again and ended up behind fingers and in that fight. So then spent ages trying to fight your way back through that. Then the two safety cars in the end helped massively, and then the chaos that ensued afterwards with people spinning. Rage went off, somebody else went off, Entex went off.
Yeah, there was fireworks. After the two safety cars, the race just, I wouldn't quite say imploded, because that sounds a really disastrous word, but excitement is an understatement. I think.
I was quite surprised. I didn't expect to be quick at Brazil. I like the track, but I'm not quick, so I was quite impressed. But actually, first stint felt really good. Then I just messed with the pit lane, as I often do, unfortunately.
Well, I think you had a little phase like this early in the season where you were always there or thereabouts, and I think you're kind of starting to finish the season in the same way you started. You had that mare, but your last few qualifying sessions you've been right up, really threatening the top 5 and beyond, and the race pace has kind of shown that you can be right up there in that kind of best of the rest fight if Mike's checking away at the front.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy with where my pace is starting to sit now. I'm looking like I might get top 5 in the championship, which for my first full season I'm pretty happy with, to be honest.
Yeah, of course.
Like Mike and Nelly and who's at the game for
Rage.
Rage as well, yeah. He got unlucky, something happened to him. I passed him, we were facing backwards at one point. I don't know what happened. Every car I came across was facing backwards. It last 5 laps.
I think it was Mikey went all across the grass and like just hit him or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think Mikey lost at turn 6.
After forcing your way out of it after the first stint.
Yeah, so very good drive from all the top 3. Sometimes, as you say, the safety cars came, but sometimes we need a little bit of luck. You still drove a good stint at the end of the race in that new soft compound tyre, so good job, man.
Thank you. It was good fun. Probably one of the best races of the season, I think.
SPW, why you chintering my name in the background, so...
Couldn't Jensen get award the next race?
Jensen asked to say that I was to talk. Sir, see if you just let us do our thing, you would understand. Jensen, have you got anything for the gentleman? But don't speak to that depressed guy.
No. Well, obviously well done, top 3, and yeah, Rob Will's first podium. I think he just about got him on the line.
Second, Jensen.
Is it? Oh.
The stats man
Wow,
forgot a start.
the stats man is retired.
No.
Catch this ratio, am I right, Stephen?
Yeah, hope it's ratio.
Certified not a C moment.
Well done on his second podium, and of course, Mike, I expected you to win as the champion. It's a bit disappointing, really. And SPW.
I will show you the clip. I'm going half throttle down the straight to let him pass.
Let's just and the last
No.
thing to say of FPW, entertaining on track, absolutely dead in the interviews. So yeah,
Yes.
that's all I have to say.
Yes.
You are a menace to
And
society, Stephen.
Before we finish, Jensen, one more call.
DOTD.
The DOTD.
Oh.
SPW get the game win. I think he does deserve a mention on our end, but I think Pedro as well. Rob,
Pedro.
it's a tough
I'd
one.
say
But
Pedro and Walker are the two. I know Walker
Where
crashed
did
out,
Adam
but it was a
finish
bit
in the end?
unfortunate.
P12.
P12.
I think
Jesus
Walker.
Christ.
It would be either Walker, Michael, SPW. The three there. It's a bit unfortunate how it happened to him, but I'd say Pedro definitely won in my eyes. He's sort of cocked up the strategy a little bit, but he got back there in the end.
yeah,
Pedro
I'm
gains
happy
a
with that.
lot with no penalties, doesn't
I think
he?
out of
all
the two
time?
drivers, I would say obviously Walker crashed out, so that kind of knocks him out. SPW was given the first position, that's all they've said, so we can't really give a driver of the day live to SPW for getting given a P1. Mike gave him the P1, so he
Oops.
doesn't deserve it either. So,
No.
by common denomination, the only other two drivers there for me would have been Rob Wells or Pedro.
That makes very
And
much
Rob
sense.
Wells is usually right up there. I think Pedro getting a top 5 finish is once in a blue moon, so no offence Pedro, but you know. Yeah, so shush,
Balls
shush.
to them, Stephen.
Man's alright with it.
So happy with that, Jensen?
Yes.
Senor
Okay.
Pedro?
Yeah.
So,
Senor Pedro, yes.
Mr. Pedro gets the DOTD, and on that note, myself and Jensen will be back next week, and hopefully we don't need to speak to this Monet guy in the background again.
Yeah, I won't be giving him a win anymore.
Yeah, just every day put SPW in the wall for the rest of the season. On that note, we'll leave it.
3 times.